Serving the Dallas-Fort Worth listening area. The following reports of weather, temperature, and wind were made at 9 p.m. DFW Airport, partly cloudy, 70, dew point 51, relative humidity 51%, wind south at 13, pressure 29.90 inches and steady. Dallas Love Field, partly cloudy, 73, southeast at 10. Fort Worth Meacham, clear, 69, southeast at 13. Arlington, clear, 69, southeast at 8. McKinney, clear, 65, south at 9. Denton, clear, 70, southeast at 13. Elsewhere around the region, Wichita Falls, clear, 64, southeast at 12. Abilene, clear, 72, south at 10. Waco, clear, 66, southeast at 9. Tyler, clear, 67, south at 3. Once again at 9 p.m., DFW Airport, partly cloudy, 70, south at 13. Now let's check on your local forecast for the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Tonight, mostly clear. Not as cool with lows in the upper 50s. South winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Sunday, sunny, breezy with highs in the lower 80s. South winds 10 to 20 miles an hour, increasing to 20 to 25 miles an hour in the afternoon. Sunday night, mostly clear. Lows in the lower 60s. South winds 15 to 20 miles an hour with gusts to around 30 miles an hour, decreasing to 10 to 15 miles an hour after midnight. Monday, partly sunny. Highs around 80. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. And now the extended forecast. Monday night, mostly cloudy. Lows in the mid-60s. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tuesday, mostly cloudy with showers likely with a chance of thunderstorms. Highs in the upper 70s. Chance of rain 60%. Tuesday night, cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms. Showers likely. Lows in the mid-60s. Chance of rain 70%. Wednesday, a chance of thunderstorms. Showers. Highs in the mid-70s. Chance of rain 90%. Wednesday night, showers with a chance of thunderstorms. Lows around 60. Chance of rain 80%. Thursday, mostly cloudy in the morning, then becoming partly sunny. A slight chance of thunderstorms in the morning. A chance of showers. Highs in the mid-70s. Chance of rain 50%. Thursday night, mostly clear with a 20% chance of showers. Lows around 60. Friday, sunny. Highs in the lower 80s. Friday night, mostly clear. Lows in the lower 60s. Saturday, sunny. Highs in the lower 80s. The hazardous weather outlook through tonight for North Texas. No hazardous weather is expected at this time. Spotter activation is not expected at this time. And now the hazardous weather outlook for Sunday through Friday. Thunderstorm chances will return Monday night generally west of I-35 and north of Interstate 20. Better storm chances are expected across the entire region Tuesday through Wednesday with decreasing chances Thursday. At this time, widespread severe weather is not expected, but there will be at least some potential for strong storms. The slow movement of the system will likely result in heavy rainfall, which may result in minor flooding. The hazards associated with the system will continue to be evaluated in the coming days. The Dallas-Fort Worth climate summary for this evening, as of 7 p.m., April 20th, 2019. Today's high temperature was 80 degrees and the low 47. No precipitation fell today, which leaves the monthly total at 3.17 inches. The total precipitation for the year still stands at 8.05 inches. The normal high temperature for tomorrow is 78 degrees, and the normal low is 56. The record high for tomorrow is 95, which occurred in 1955, and the record low is 39, which occurred in 1918. Sunrise tomorrow is at 6:52 a.m. The current time is 9:29 p.m. Central Daylight Time. You are listening to NOAA All Hazards Radio, the voice of the National Weather Service, station KEC 56, serving the Dallas-Fort Worth listening area. The following reports of weather, temperature, and wind were made at 9 p.m. DFW Airport, partly cloudy, 70, dew point 51, relative humidity 51%, wind south at 13, pressure 29.90 inches and steady. Dallas Love Field, partly cloudy, 73, southeast at 10. Fort Worth Meacham, clear, 69, southeast at 13. Arlington, clear, 69, southeast at 8. McKinney, clear, 65, south at 9. Denton, clear, 70, southeast at 13. Elsewhere around the region, Wichita Falls, clear, 64, southeast at 12. Abilene, clear, 72, south at 10. Waco, clear.
this dude? What the hell is this dude doing? Is he powdering his balls? Doesn't he know that Manscaped has created a 24-hour non-powder ball deodorant? No mess, perfectly balanced pH levels, anti-chaffing, and of course, moisturizing. Look at this guy. I bet he sits down when he pees. Don't be like this guy. Go to manscaped.com today and pick yourself up the Crop Preserver, the world's #1 below-the-belt deodorant and moisturizer. Your balls will thank you. Click here to get your free toiletry bag with your purchase.
Well, what's up, guys? It's a very special day today. 100,000 subscribers. And to celebrate, I'm going to have some of my good friends.
Just not thinking that there would be anything going on with it. I said, "Oh, did you see it? Did you ever see any aliens?"
Alan, you are live on Marfugal TV. What's going on?
Hey, how's it going, Adam? Congratulations on your 100,000 subscribers.
Well, thank you so much, Alan. I appreciate that. So let's see. Right before you say anything, it says, "Oh, you had a Roswell patient," or somebody who says that they were. Go ahead. I won't ruin it for you.
I'll just run through the story for you. So I live here in Port Angeles. I was critical care nurse for 15 years. I was a nurse for 22 years. Worked night shift the entire time. So, one night about 4 or 5 years ago, I had this patient. He was in his mid to late 80s. Had a radical prostatectomy, was in a lot of pain, and he was down in critical care. So we had him on a monitor and all that kind of stuff. So I went in there to see him, and I was talking to him, and I could tell that he was in a lot of pain. So one of the things I like to do is get them talking about their past and all that kind of stuff. So I drew up some meds for him. I drew up a milligram of Ativan IV, which is a tranquilizer, basically, and 2 milligrams of morphine IV. And I gave that to him through his IV line. I started talking to him, and I always like to get them talking about their past and their life. And if they stop thinking about the pain, they start feeling better. So for some reason, older guys always like to talk about their military service and all that kind of stuff. And my dad was in the Air Force for 26 years. And so I lived on military bases. So I pretty well versed with what military life is like and all those kind of things. So I started talking to this guy, and I said, "Well, what'd you do for a living?" He said, "Oh, I was in the Air Force, actually the Army Air Corps." And for some reason, I don't know why he went all the way back to that, but like I said, I just given him this tranquilizer, this morphine. Real straight guy. And so he's starting to calm down. And I said, "Oh, really? Where were you stationed?" Because I figured, my dad was stationed all over the place. And I figured maybe there was something that would have been similar so that we could relate on. And he said, "Oh, I was stationed all over. He told me that he had been studying radar, and that's what my dad was in. He was in radar, started in the 50s. And so I said, "Oh, really?" So where were you stationed? And he says, first thing he says is Roswell, and I just for a joke, just not thinking that there would be anything going on with it. I said, "Oh, did you see? Did you ever see any aliens?" And take into account that this guy had been sedated, basically. So he says, "Why, as a matter of fact, I did." And I was shocked. I said, "Oh my goodness Christ!" And I said, "Well, can you tell me about it?" And so I said, "Well, what'd they look like?" And so he kind of gave me that whole situation where he basically described a gray, about 4.5 feet tall. He said they had kind of flat features. He said he doesn't remember any nose or particular mouth. He said they had big eyes. He told me that they had their hands were kind of long, and that it seemed like they had an extra joint. He doesn't remember seeing anything that was genitalia or anything like that. And he said there was 3 of them. One was alive, 2 were dead, and he claimed that he saw a craft on some sort of transport that was getting ready to go up to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. And he said he was part of about 20 of these other guys. That there were different branches of the service back then. I don't think there was an Air Force in it. As a matter of fact, it was the Army Air Corps, the Marines, and they were just, radar was just coming out. And so, kind of shocked listening to all that. And I said, well, so I asked him, he described the machine he said it was kind of saucer shaped, I don't know, 8-9 feet long, something like that. Anyway, they were getting ready to send it off. And so he said the one was alive, 2 were dead. And then he said, then I asked him, I said, well, what do you think they were doing with it? And he said, well, they sent it up there to be back engineered. He said, why do you think all of a sudden we made all these inroads in the space program? And I said, oh, it's, I said, holy shit. He said, oh, and he said, and I said, well, do you think they'll ever tell us anything about it? And he said, oh, no. They said they would disrupt society and religion and all this kind of stuff. And he said, they told us never to say a word about it. And some of those idiots said something, and they just disappeared. And then I swear to God, this look of absolute terror went across his face. And he walked over to his bed. He got in the bed. He turned to the wall, and he would not talk to me for the entire rest of the night. And then I could see later on that he was getting painful again, because I could see his heart rate going up on the monitor. His breathing was going up. And I'd go in there and say, Mr. whatever his name was, I said, you want some more pain medication? He would not talk to me at all. In fact, I gave him some pain medication just because I knew he was painful, whether he was talking to me or not. For the rest of the night, he would not talk to me. And then, so later on, this was like 4 years ago, so about a year later, I'm laying on the couch and kind of halfway dozing in and out, and I hear one of those ancient alien things on TV just in the background. And I swear to God, I heard the same story again with just a little bit of changes to it. I flipped over and I said, oh my God, is this the same guy? Turns out it was another guy, same kind of story with, the kind of differences you'd see with a person who had seen something from another angle, like he was part of a group of 15, 20 guys and seen all this stuff. And I thought that was coincidental enough. And then just about a year ago, I was out listening to the radio, and Coast to Coast came on, and there was this guy that came on talking about his dad, who was a Marine general who had been at Roswell. Same kind of a story, same exact thing with a few changes to it, except in his case, he said the live one somehow had telepathic contact with it. This was on Coast to Coast. But anyway, that's the story.
Wow.
And, I have to tend to believe the guy, because I'll never forget that look of terror that went right across his face. I mean, it was just like this wave, like it said, oh yeah, those guys opened their mouth and they just disappeared. And Daisy just like, uh-oh, I'm one of those guys.
Well, and you gave him a shot of painkiller, right? Or something. You basically...
I gave him 1 milligram of Ativan, which is a pretty heavy-duty tranquilizer, especially if you're 84 years old and never take anything, and 2 milligrams of IV morphine, all at one time. So that's quite a hit. I mean, it would knock me out.
And he just... the other day, Alan, I was on nitrous at the dentist, and I was just a goofball saying all sorts of stuff. and I actually like grabbed my phone. They left me in the room on nitrous for like 5, I don't know, it seemed like forever, but I was there for 5 minutes. Just, you know, I couldn't even, I was like, I couldn't feel the nitrous, and I don't know if anybody else has had this experience. Like, I didn't feel like it was on, and then because it kind of collectively goes in your lungs, you won't feel it 1 second, and then all of a sudden it's like it absorbed, and I was just, you know, high as a kite on nitrous. And I just, I told the dentist, like, I don't ever tell people I do YouTube. I was like, I'm on YouTube and blah, blah, blah. We're about to hit 100 and I talked to this guy and I was just blabbing. And, but, you know, the fact that you